All right, everybody, we are back. Welcome back to the
Great
Ask Coach
guest.
Mike show. We're excited about tonight, and we're going to get to see real quickly here about this guest in a little pickleball point.
Before we give it away. Nice, good control. The only thing I can say I remember when Kyle met Eden, he goes, "Man, you're a lot smaller in person." Remember when he said that?
Yeah, we met the first time at the Nationals, if I'm not mistaken, in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny guy.
He is a funny guy. He's a great athlete. Let's see what happens here.
So I just pulled up some random video of you against a guy a lot of people have probably heard about.
I guess Ben, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know where that was? It looked like it was out in
In Punta Gorda, right after the
Punta Gorda in
Nationals.
Florida, the purple
Yes,
courts, correct.
in 2018, right after the Nationals. After we got bronze.
All
Yeah,
right.
I remember
Go ahead,
exactly.
Jeff. Start us up, Mr.
All right.
Wildy.
Well, if you guys haven't guessed, and some of you may not know our guest tonight, but tonight we have Eden Lica, and Eden is coming to us from his domain here in Florida, like Coach Mike and myself, and we're excited to have him.
Right.
Welcome.
Thanks again for the invitation, guys.
Yeah. We're glad that you're on the
Yeah.
show. And I want to start with, how badly do people crush your name? And what's the worst you've had?
Actually, to be honest, not that bad. Lately,
Okay.
they know my name better than I expected. To be honest, they say like
Eden.
Lika, but
Eden.
yeah, Eden is not that bad. Actually,
Okay.
it's pretty good. But the right pronunciation for my name, it's Eden Lica.
Lica. All
Lica.
right. So we got that corrected.
Yeah.
Us Americans, we're going to chop those names as bad as we can.
And
That's about
before
right.
we get full into this, Eden, why don't you tell us where you're from? I can tell that doesn't sound like an English accent.
Why do I have an accent or?
No,
Just a
you know,
little.
it's funny. He said to me, "Going, I didn't realize I had an accent until I came to the United States."
Yeah. So I'm originally from Romania, East Europe.
And how long have you been in the States?
I was born in Romania. So I mean, I got here in the States in 2013 for good. But before that, I've been here a lot of times, traveling with my tennis tournaments. I travel a lot. I played, tennis all my life. And I traveled since I was, 13, 14. I play all the major tournaments, Eddie Hare, Orange Ball, and another like tennis tournaments for juniors. So I've been here for a while.
Yeah, but you've been coaching most of your adult life.
Yeah, I've been coaching since I finished my tennis career. When I was 26, I had to quit tennis because I had like a pretty bad injury on my left elbow, and it happens. Tennis elbow, it's a very common issue in the tennis world. So I had to stop when I was 26, and I started coaching.
All right. Well, before we get too deep into this,
Here it comes.
and we got to ask Coach Mike's favorite question, and that is, how did pickleball find you?
Well, it's not very complicated. I was in Connecticut like in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2017. And I was playing, tennis with. I was teaching actually with another coach, and a lot of people were playing, pickleball on the next court. And we both were very annoyed about the sound of pickleball, and I actually made a complaint at the front desk because of the ball, of the sound of the ball. We couldn't again focus on teaching the lesson. And after a couple of days, the guy who was in charge with the pickleball league, Sean Diamond, who actually taught me everything that I know about pickleball, who introduced me to this game, asked me to join them the next day, and that was it.
In Connecticut.
I knew that I knew that that's my game. Right after I hit a couple of balls.
But that was in Connecticut?
Yes.
Okay.
So
in Milford, Connecticut.
So you're originally annoyed by the sound.
Yeah, most of the tennis players are. I mean, at the beginning, when they don't play, they get annoyed about the sound because it's something that you're not used to. But once you jump on the court, you realize that's a fun game and very addictive.
Now you like the sound.
Now I love the sound. I love the sound. I mean, pickleball, it changed my life because I miss competing. And after I quit tennis, I miss competition so much. And when I started, competing again, it was a blast to me. I mean, I'm very grateful that I discovered this amazing sport.
Good.
So
changed your life.
Are you okay? Do you have an issue with tennis elbow playing pickleball, or does it not bother you?
No, not at all. I mean, the paddle is very, very tiny, and
it's a wiffle ball.
Yes, you don't even feel it. So my elbow doesn't bother me at all when I play pickleball.
That's great.
That's great.
Yes.
So Eden, those that don't know you, you are fairly large in stature compared to a lot of other players. You're 6'5", is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, I'm 6'5" and 138. 2038.
Lies. Nothing but lies.
Yes.
138. yeah, on this side.
I wish. Yeah, 238 pounds. Yeah,
fantastic. So, I'm 6'4", and I hear it a lot. I'm sure you hear it all the time. I wish I had your reach, or I wish I had your height. How often do you hear that?
I hear this all the time, but it's not just an advantage being big and tall. You have a great reach at the net, that's true, but you're not as fast as the other guys. So you have advantages and disadvantages on being tall and strong.
Now, do you ever have issues with your partner taking too many balls, with your long arms? I mean, personally, I think I can get to a lot of balls that probably I should let my partner have because of my long arms.
Good point.
Not really. I mean, Andre does that all the time. Andre Desk is my doubles partner that I play most of the tournaments, and I don't know if you know, but he always plays on the backhand and he takes the middle. I'm on my forehand side, trying to be in control of the ball. I'm trying to set up, balls for him, and he does the rest. So I don't mind when he takes the middle. Actually, I enjoy seeing him doing that all the time because we win a lot of points. So yeah, no, it doesn't bother me.
So for a lot of people that don't know who you just mentioned, he's also a Florida guy, lives in West Palm Beach. He's also a seasoned pro, also similar to Eden. I don't know, same kind of like a coaching of several, like a racket sports directors. They cover tennis and pickleball, and happens to be just a super great guy, crazy athletic, and he's another Selkirk guy. So I had to throw the plug out there.
Yes, he's my partner. We know each other since we were tennis players. Actually, he was a great tennis player. He played a couple of games for the Davis Cup for the Romanian team. Davis Cup, like 3 or 4 games in doubles, which is something exceptional to be part of the Davis Cup. We started in 2018 at the Nationals when we got bronze, and he's the partner that I need. We have chemistry. We know exactly what we need to do on the court. We don't even have to do any strategy before the games because we know each other so well. So he's the guy that I like to play doubles.
Good.
That's great. So you brought up tennis a little bit. Now I heard a rumor, I don't know if this is true, that you beat Rafael Nadal in junior tennis on the junior tennis circuit. Is that true?
It's true.
Yeah, it's true. What I don't bring this up too often because it was a long time ago. He was 14. He was just starting. He was
we didn't have to tell everybody that part.
He was a very, very good junior. I was 16, so it was like 2 years difference. But we played a tournament in Palma de Mallorca, actually his hometown. In the second round of qualis, I beat him pretty easy. But I knew since back then that he's gonna become a great player. Not as good as he is right now, but I thought that he's gonna be like a top player. He was all day on the court practicing, going to the gym, playing games against some other players, like 7-8 hours a day.
So
When he was 14,
An
was he
animal.
playing righty or lefty?
He was righty. He was playing lefty, of course. Yeah.
Already?
No,
Okay.
I know that he's a righty in
Yes.
but his uncle taught him how to play with his left hand because he believed that he's gonna be. I mean, that's gonna be an advantage. And,
Yes.
I mean, he was absolutely right.
Yep.
So what you just told us, you humiliated him in his hometown.
He did not say that.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what happened.
Nadal's watching. He's writing in right now.
That's a great claim to fame, though.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
you work with Monarch. How did that sponsorship come about?
Yeah, I'm with Monarch, basically Big Sporting Goods. That's the company. That was my first pro sponsorship contract when I decided in 2018 to play my first professional tournament in Pittsburgh, only singles because I didn't know much about doubles back then. I just showed up. I beat 3 players top 10 in the world, including my best buddy, Frank Anthony Davis. I got all the way into the finals. And I lost again against Rob Davidson again after I missed the match point. I played the final. Nobody knew me back then, and almost all the other companies offered me sponsorship, but I decided to go with Monarch, and I made the right decision. They're fantastic.
So Dick's Sporting Goods is the sponsor, and Monarch's the name of the brand that they make the paddles. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very happy with them.
That's great. Well, we had Scott Golden on here. I don't know what 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, actually, Scott Golden is the one who introduced me to our manager, Riley Burgess from Dick's Sporting Goods.
Very
He's
nice.
the one who introduced me, and I'd like to say thanks. He's my buddy.
Hopefully, he's watching.
I'm sure he is.
He's a good man. So, are you headed to Orlando this weekend?
No. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play Orlando because I have a big event at my club at Polo Trace, and I'm not going to be able to play Orlando.
Now, do you have an exclusive deal with PPA or APP?
No, because unfortunately, I can't play as many tournaments as I want because of the job. So I don't have any deals. I just play whenever I can. I try to play all the majors and some tournaments, here and there, but I don't have any deals with APP or PPA now.
Okay, well, that brings up another one of my questions. How do you balance? I think you're the tennis and pickleball director at Polo Trace. Mm-hmm. How do you balance that with playing professionally? Is it tough?
It's pretty tough because I can't keep up with this, with these youngsters because they play a lot. I mean, they play basically week after week after week. Mm-hmm. They can be considered, like 100% professional players. Mm-hmm. I play just maybe one tournament or 2 tournaments a month. That's it, not more than that, because I can't miss from work, every week. Also, I can practice like they do. So I can consider myself a semi-professional player just because I can play, week after week. Unfortunately, but maybe next year I'll try, to play more tournaments.
And do you think that makes you appreciate the game more, not playing as frequently as some of the other pros?
That's a tough question. That's a good question. When you play, competition makes you better. So once you play more, your game gets better. You get more confident. Mm-hmm. So that's why even if you go and lose in the first round or second round, you play a final, but competition makes you better. So once you play more, you become a better player. I don't think that playing just like, a tournament amount a month makes you a better player. I would play more if I could, but unfortunately, me and Andre, we have jobs and we can't play much.
It's
Yeah.
very hard to balance both, to decide what's most important. And at the end of the day, a lot of strong pro players have full-time jobs. They can't be out there, and they made a decision of their livelihood as opposed to pickleball. And it's a tough one. I can ask the big man in the house, what does he do to stay in shape? So when he does have to go play those younger players, what do you do differently? Because everybody gives suggestions of how do you stay fit? Is it stretching? Is it food? Is it nutrition? Go ahead.
It's a little bit of everything. What I do, which doesn't help you on the pickleball court, I do heavy weights. I do that since I was 18, 19.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not encourage pickleball players who wants to become like top 10 or like professional to do heavy weights. I do heavy weights. This is just a routine, just a part of my life. But this doesn't help me on the pickleball court. Nutrition, a lot of cardio, a lot of stretching, and play as much as you can. No heavy weights.
There you go. No heavy weights.
No heavy weights.
That's great. So as far as the three divisions, if you will, men's, mixed, and singles, which discipline do you like better? Do you have one that you like better than the others? Or?
I do. I started only with singles because I didn't know much about doubles, and I wasn't enjoying that much. So singles is my favorite. Then I would say doubles. Of course, I had my best results in doubles, and I don't really play mixed doubles that much because, in my opinion, if you play mixed doubles and if you wanna win some tournaments, some majors, you need to be partnered with a top like 5 player. And all of the female players, top 5, they are already booked. Yeah, taken for like 2
years
or
in
3
advance.
years. Yes, and if you don't get a really good partner, you're in trouble.
Yeah, good point. You're absolutely correct. It's hard, and plus, like you said earlier, you're not out there. And if you're not out there in the circuit,
as much as I wish.
Yeah, if you're not out there in the circuit, you're not going to get the stronger players. They want to see you out there. They want to see you on the podium. You know that.
Of course.
Yeah.
And right now, to play singles, mixed doubles, and doubles in 3 days, especially if you reach, the semifinals or the finals, it's tough, especially in the summer. I played in New Jersey like a couple of weeks ago. I started at 8 o'clock. And we played the final at 6:30 after all day on the court, 93 at the core level, 101. So it was brutal. In the final, I mean, when people, they want to see your best pickleball, you are like, dead. You can't offer them, your best pickleball.
Correct.
You're cramping, you can't, think, you can make your best decisions. So, and playing the second day singles or mixed doubles 3 days in a row, I think it's a little too much.
Agreed.
Eden brings up a great point that a lot of people just don't see it. You'll join in, you'll watch a show, and they're at the finals. They've played so much throughout the whole day. No. Some of them get time off, some don't. Some played more, some got rest, some got food, some didn't. You just don't know. And there you are. You're that person that wants to give your best for the audience, and your gas tank is really low.
No, of course.
That's the difference.
In the future, they have to change this system because it's not going to work. As I mentioned, people are paying, tickets. I mean, and they're buying, tickets to see your best pickleball in the finals or semifinals. You can offer that. You can't after like 7-8 hours on the court. So,
especially in the heat, like you said.
Do you like the idea that it looks like PPA has been doing it some? They have Championship Sunday.
Of course. I mean, that's a brilliant idea. They did the same thing at the Nationals in 2018, and they're going to do the same thing right now. Yes, of course. That's much better because you have time to rest, you can have time to recover, and to play your best pickleball in the finals or semifinals. Yes.
But I guess if you're Ben Johns, you could be in 3 finals on a Sunday, right? Or obviously somebody else too.
Ben Johns, it's the Roger Federer of our sport. So
sure.
If you're able to beat Ben Johns, then you you can consider yourself a champion. Ben
JW.
Johnson, JW, yeah, JW made history. Yeah, he played unbelievable. I think it was the best singles game I ever seen since I started pickleball. He did everything amazing. His footwork, his strategy, everything was fantastic in that day for a JW. Yeah, I called him right after the game and said, "Man, listen, you're a champ. But from now on, you have to keep going at the same level. You have to maintain the same level."
Right. That's a good point. Everyone's always after Ben. And
they
now
all
they'll
have
be after
expectations
JW.
right now. Yeah.
Right.
And Ed, obviously singles and doubles are a completely different game.
Yes, totally different. I would say, I mean, to make like a joke that different sports, nothing to do. I mean, singles, there is nothing to do with doubles. Different strategy, everything is so different. Patience, chemistry, with your opponent, with your partner in doubles.
Don't need it.
So yeah, it's everything. It's so different. You're right.
And you've got to be super athletic, obviously. And I'm sure your length helps you. A lot of people say, "Hey, Jeff, you should play singles." Well, I don't really care about playing singles, but for you, it works.
Yeah, I mean, depends. If I have a tournament and I have to play doubles on Friday and the next day singles, I'd rather not right now because I want to focus on one event. And I want to win or play the finals, get medal. Right now, to keep up, or 2 or 3 events, especially in the summer, to me, it's almost impossible. I'm talking about a pro level, of course.
Sure.
It's tough. Especially when you play against these youngsters 18, 17, 19, 20. It's very, very hard to keep up with them.
Well, did you watch the Open last night? Eden, you watched the Open last night, right?
Yes, of course. Usually I watch all the games at home, extended highlights. I don't have time to watch live, but I did.
A lot of upsets are happening in every sport.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at this guy, Alcaraz. I mean, that backhand is fantastic. His footwork, his stamina. In my opinion, he's gonna be as good as these guys. Novak, Djokovic, Federer. He's gonna be a top player for a long, long time. If he's gonna stay healthy.
Exactly. Good point.
Yeah.
So can pickleball catch up to? I mean, probably can't catch up to tennis for many years, but can it? Obviously, it's cut into tennis in some areas. What do you think about the future of pickleball as compared to tennis?
I think we are doing like huge progresses. I think it's becoming super popular everywhere. Let me give you an example. In Florida right now, there is no country club with at least 3-4 pickleball courts. They are dropping tennis courts to build pickleball courts.
Sure.
So I can say that Florida is the capital of pickleball right now. Everybody's talking only about pickleball, about tournaments, about leagues. All of my friends play. It's crazy, and I love that. At my club, where I work at Polo Trace, it's a little sad, but pickleball is taking over.
Wow.
When I go and see all these courts taking pickleball, everybody's playing. In the morning, in the afternoon, even at 12 at noon, because they don't have enough room. And when I see all these beautiful tennis courts empty, it's sad. So at my club, pickleball is much more popular than tennis.
So what's the average age groups at the club where you're at? If you were to say from minimum to maximum, what's in the middle, the most amount?
I would say 35 to 65.
35 to 65 is the core. Okay, good. That's young.
So if you broke down the numbers, and what would they look like? You have, how many pickleball players to tennis players in your club?
Mm-hmm.
I can give you an exact number right now, but I can talk about my clinics. in tennis, I only have 2 clinics going on: beginners and kids. I don't have anything for advanced players. In pickleball, we have for kids, for advanced players, clinics for ladies, ladies team, men's team, pro-am tournaments. So yeah, pickleball is the real deal.
Good.
Yeah.
Almost the same here. I don't know the numbers exactly, but a fair guesstimate: 50 tennis players, 250 pickleball players.
Oh wow.
And they're still building a lot more homes. Oh yeah.
Oh,
You have an open invitation anytime you want. You have a day off or an afternoon off, you'll come. You'll love it here. Problem is, you'll probably want to stay, so maybe I shouldn't invite you.
I might move there.
It looks like Ed might have a big appetite too, so you might be in trouble, Mike.
I understand.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like I'm sorry. I was just going to say, it looks like the Golden Boy has checked in. He's saying hello to you. I know you thanked him earlier for introducing you to Monarch.
Yeah.
So
he is the guy who introduced me to Monarch, and actually he's helping me with my clinics, and all the residents love him. He's doing a phenomenal job. In my opinion, he's one of the best coaches I've seen on the court. The way he teaches, unbelievable. He has that charisma. He's very into pickleball, and he has an answer to all the questions. So people love him at my club. Hi, Scott.
He's a pretty good pickleball player, but on an ATV, he's not that good. That's an inside joke. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. He's a great player and a great coach, and also a great friend to me. He helped me a lot in my pickleball career.
He's that kind of guy. He likes to help people.
Yeah.
Wonderful guy.
Great guy.
So, Ed, you talked about being from Romania. Where do you see the international game? Obviously, I think the U.S. is ahead. Where do you see the international game catching up as pickleball grows? Do you see this as an Olympic sport down the road?
I think it's a little too early to talk about that, but I would be more than happy to to play for Romania at the Olympics.
Sure.
As soon as possible, because I don't want to retire before the Olympics. So I think we're making a lot of progress. The sport is pretty new in Europe, but I know a lot of tennis players from UK, from France, from Netherlands.
Sure.
Also in Romania, actually my parents own a small tennis club, and we introduced pickleball there. Also Czech Republic, they play a lot, so I think pickleball is getting very popular everywhere. And I think that's the next step, to send a petition for the Olympics, and hopefully it's going to be approved, and we're going to be part of the Olympics. That's just a dream right now.
One thing to get in there is you have to be in a certain amount of countries, and we're not close to that amount yet. That's just on the checklist of items.
I know, but
we're getting there for sure.
On our way, we're getting there. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen sooner or later.
Ed, somebody's asking a question, because I know that you lived in New York a lot, or Connecticut right next door. You spent a lot of time in New York. If someone said, I have a equal paying position for you, would you pick Florida or would you pick New York?
I just got back from New York with my girlfriends. We played, I played the New Jersey Open, and I hate the winters there in New York. But New York is my second home. I love New York.
Okay.
I would move there tomorrow, but just except the winters. So
6 months and 6 months would be perfect, right?
6 to 8 months, yes, except the winters, yes. But I also love Florida. But here in Florida, the only thing that's not cool, it's the summer. In the summer, you can't breathe. It's brutal.
Got to get used to it. Tough it up. We got to get you tough. We got to get you Florida tough.
That's tough. I need more years here.
Yeah, of course. Florida. It takes time.
Well, yes. It's funny you mentioned that. I was in the golf business for a while, and there were a lot of pros that would do, 7 months in New England, and then they do the winter down here as a, assistant pro, or, some facet of golf. So, maybe you can work the same thing.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, when you have a job position that I have right now, director of racket sports, it's very hard to be away to get like just a summer job. You have to be here, all year round.
Yeah, and you're still busy in the summertime, right? You've been busy, right?
Yeah. In the summertime, it's not that the club is not that active, but still, we have lessons, we have some clinics, we have some events, but we're getting busier in late September.
Good, good,
Great.
good.
So it's coming. So
Yeah.
tell us about one. I know you haven't played pickleball that many years. What's one of your favorite moments on the court, and why?
Uh, I would start with. Are you talking about my results or when I
No,
get?
no,
Just
no. Just
either
maybe a fun story, a fun
it
fact where you had a great time, or the
Oh,
could be results
destination was
too.
the
It
nicest
doesn't.
destination, something like that.
yeah. By far, I mean, I can say that I like playing playing all three all three events, and I would say California, is my favorite spot to
Mhm.
be because I had the best memories there with Andre. We got silver, and I don't know. Every time when I'm on the pickleball court, to be honest, it's fun to me. I would like to play more and to spend more time on the pickleball court as a player to practice for myself, to improve my shots, my strategies. But unfortunately, I don't have enough time. So I would say that every time when I'm on the pickleball court, it's a blast to me. So I can say that I have I had like a great moment every time when I'm on the pickleball court. It's great to me.
Good, good, good.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
So one of my questions is about partners, but it sounds like your partner has been, you guys have been partners for a while, and doesn't look like any changes coming. So I mean, obviously, it sounds like you must just fit together and know what each other's doing and have a good partnership.
Oh yeah. Me and Nader, we are in the same situation because again, we have the same jobs. We play the same amount of tournaments, and of course, I mean, every time when we can, we play the same tournaments, and we try to partner. Um, I also play with JW Johnson. Right now, he's booked for the rest of the year because he's trying to play professionally and to be there every single week to play singles, doubles, and mixed doubles. And so yeah, I play with JW and with Andre. Uh, my last tournament in New Jersey, I played with Rob Nunnery, amazing player, uh, very quick, very supportive. So hopefully next year we're gonna play some more tournaments together.
Fantastic. So we talked a little bit about this in the Olympics question, but what do you think? What's it going to take to continue to grow pickleball? What types of things is it going to be? Sponsorships? Is it going to be, a unified one tour? I mean, I've read a lot lately about people saying there are too many tours and too many events, and it seems to get watered down. What are your thoughts on that, Ed?
To me, I think getting more tournaments it's beneficial for the pickleball players. So I think they need to bring more money into the sport and to give up on those medals, diplomas, and
Right.
the t-shirts at those tournaments. We have enough medal, enough t-shirts, enough hats, enough those little accessories. So they have to put more money into these tournaments, more sponsorships, and more media.
It's right at the top of the list.
Yeah,
Media. TV's number one.
yeah,
Always has been, always
media.
will be.
Yeah,
And I think
I see that.
is it this weekend that the Tennis Channel is going to broadcast some events, or is that I think that's from Orlando, right?
From Orlando, yeah. I was about to mention that they're gonna go live from Orlando, tennis TV, which is like phenomenal.
Yep.
To be able to watch a tennis TV, pickleball live in 2021, it's amazing. That's a huge step forward.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, Eden, is there anything else you'd like to share that we haven't gotten into tonight? I mean, we appreciate you climbing on. I know you're busy with, a full-time job and playing as much as you can.
No, I can say that I'm a huge fan of your show.
Thank
and
you.
also a lot of my residents are watching your show.
Good.
They all say hi, huge fans, and I think you guys are doing a great job. Thanks for the invitation.
Right.
And hopefully we'll see.
We'll see more of each other.
Yes,
you don't live
we
that
can
far
play
away.
Some pickleball. No.
Sure.
So when's your next event, Eden?
Yeah, so my next event, I think, is gonna be the Nationals. I'm not gonna play anything until the Nationals in December. Maybe a tournament or two, like a money tournament around here in Florida. I'm gonna get extremely busy at work at Polo Trace, and yeah, that's gonna be my next event, Nationals.
And I know you know this, but a lot of people that are watching may not know. But at Nationals, at that venue, if you've not been vaccinated, you cannot get on the property. Having said that, there are some pros that have decided not to get vaccinated, so it may become an issue for them, or they'll play somewhere else. They'll play at a different tournament. I'm sure you know about it.
Yeah, of course. This year the National is not going to be the same. A lot of the top players are not going to be there. So this year the Nationals is not going to be the same. But it is what it is. It's a global issue. So
yes,
we'll see.
What happens?
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, but anyway, Indian Wells and that venue.
Yes.
To me, it's the best the best I've ever played. It's fantastic when you go there and get into the venue. You feel like a professional player playing a major. Right. Everything is outstanding.
Top shelf. Everything's top shelf.
Everything. Yeah.
And I have to tell you, when they did it the first year, Jeff, a lot of the pro players felt like pickleball made it on the map now, because that venue really, really helped a ton for the sport. And Jeff, I don't know if you've been there, but that tennis center is very, very well known. It's turned into a pickleball center. It really is.
Yes,
I was just going to say, I think are they doing the same thing in Orlando this weekend?
They're taking it all over a tennis center. Yes.
The the USTA Center. Also, that venue is fantastic. A lot of courts. The courts are in a great condition. There's going to be a lot of exposure. I can't wait, to watch Orlando.
Good.
And hopefully my buddy JW is going to win again.
So, and as we head out the door, tell us a little bit about Polo Trace. Is that a development? Is that just a private club? What is that?
Yeah, it's a development by GL Homes. We have over 400, homes right now. It's a beautiful place. We have, basketball courts, 4 pickleball courts, 6 tennis courts. All the residents are great. All my colleagues also. And I would like to say hi if they're watching. Beautiful facility. I'm very happy to be there. We have a lot of events, pro-am tournaments, leagues, exhibition games.
Good.
So Polo Trace, it's one of the best communities I've been.
So Eden, for people that are listening and maybe don't know exactly where you're at, you're in Delray Beach. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm in Delray Beach. Yeah, Delray Beach, Florida. Yeah.
And it's a private community. What if someone wanted to get coaching from you? Could they reach out to you? Could you do coachings for a guest? Okay.
We can host guests. Yes.
Okay.
All they need to do is to go on the website, just give me a call, and we can set up a lesson or a clinic.
Right. So what number would they call? What number would they call? Go
They
ahead.
just have to go on the website.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have to go on the website polotracetennis.com, and they have all the information there.
Good.
Email and everything, and
Okay.
they can get in touch with me.
So give it one more time. So to reach you, they got to go online and type in
polotracetennis.com, and they have all the information on the website polotracetennis.com.
perfect.
Excellent.
That's the fastest way to reach you, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
also on Facebook or Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, just type my name, Eden Lica, and they can
Good.
see me.
Well, Eden, it's been a pleasure for Mike and I to have you on. You've been a wonderful guest. I look forward to seeing you on the court at some point.
Thanks so much for the invitation. Thank you very much.
It was great to have you. So I have to tell everybody publicly, Ed and I were going to play one time, but then he met me and he goes, man, you're too old. I can't play with you. Make me look bad. So that's kind of what happened. But you know what? You get over it when you're old. You don't let these things bother you anymore, right?
You are not old, and I'm going to give you the winning strategy. All you need to do is to move me around, and I guarantee you that you're going to win if you're going to play singles.
It's good to have you.
I'm
looking forward to being on the court with you again.
Thanks so much for the invitation.
Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Eden. Have a great evening.
You too.
Take well. Stay well.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, Coach Mike, another great guest this evening.
Right. So you had never met Eden, correct?
I had not.
Okay. He's a good guy. He's just very strong player, and really surprises you because he's a little intimidating for some people. When you come on the court, you see this big 6'5", 250-pound guy, and he's so gentle with some of his shots. Very misleading. You can't really tell where he's going a lot of his shots. And he says he can't move that fast. His anticipation is superb. And that comes from his years and years of tennis, I presume.
Sure.
Yeah. I know he said that, not having the long arms or not having the weight would be not a disadvantage, but people look at you, 6'4", 6 whatever it is, like, look how long his legs are. Look how long his arms are. I'm never going to get back past that wingspan. And you say, but look how much further down I have to reach than you little guys. So, it's two-sided. You know that. We joke about this all the time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to put up your information. Coach, have you done any more video coaching lately?
I did one recently, and the lady was very, very happy. She didn't realize when you have someone show you what you look like. So I'll have a little video going as she's showing me what her moves are like. And then when I play it, I didn't realize I was doing that. And it happens. It's everyone. Someone might tell you, Jeff, your foot's in the wrong place. You're putting the wrong foot forward. No, I'm not. And you'll go over and over. And then you see on the video, wow, I did do that. So it does help. Video helps a lot. I mean, you think of every major sports team after the games, what do in the morning or whatever? They go watch videos. Fix the problem.
Yeah, and there's a baseball player that plays for the Red Sox. Even between at bats, he's looking at
films.
He's looking at himself and what he did, what the pitcher did.
Right. With technology, you can look right afterwards because everyone's being filmed. Correct. It's a great idea.
Unfortunately, I have a partner who, she films us a lot. And, I look at it, I say, boy, I felt like I had a pretty good game. I watched the video. I'm like, oof.
Why am I doing that?
Awful.
Why am I doing that?
That was awful. But
yeah, lots of little things, they add up.
Right.
And, like you said, you have muscle memory. You're used to swinging with your hand back here. And now this person's trying to teach you to start right out front. I'm not sure about that. Is that going to work? Am I going to get the power that I need? And that's what a lot of people have fear of.
Right.
But you're right. After the video, you take a break, you watch it, and you realize I can change that.
Well, I remember probably a year ago, you gave me one piece of advice, Coach.
Yes.
And we can close the show with this.
Okay.
You said to me, Jeff, if you count your unforced errors, and if it's 5 or less, you're okay. If it's more than 5, you need to call me.
I did say that.
You did. And
it's just a number.
Right.
But if you think about it yourself, you're playing with your partner that you play with often. When you're playing your rec games, do that. Just count your U's.
And if somebody's new, what is an unforced error, Coach?
There's a variety of unforced errors, but we'll give a few examples of you're missing your serve. No one forced you to miss your serve. No one's forcing you, in most cases, to miss your return of serve. Let's just say dinks. Your nice, easy dink. The ball's nice and slow, and you hit it into net or hit it out. That's unforced. A nice pop-up right here where we all love them, and you hit the net or you hit it out. Unforced errors, where you have all that time to do those nice, easy shots that you should be making, and no one's hitting a fastball at you. No drills are at you. No one's trying to, as we say, body bag you with the ball. You should be keeping track of that, and it's good for you when you're watching, if you want to help your partner, to keep track of them, actually just on a little piece of paper or a chart of some sort, so you can tell them, Jeff, you had 15 U's, but let me tell you where they were. Serve, backhand, and then you can start having your own little report card at the end of the game or the matches, whatever it might be. Just one little way to help yourself. And then when you start seeing, I'm no longer having 10, right? I'm going to call Mike. I only had 5 today. Hey, Coach, I had 4. And you know what? You feel good about it. And you know that typically for most games, the folks with the least amount of unforced errors are winning. Not necessarily, it's not indicative of the score, but in most cases, the least amount of UEs are on the side of the winning team.
And isn't oftentimes impatience? Yesterday we played a mixed match, getting ready for the weekend, and we were very patient. And we're not always that way, and it certainly helped us a lot.
Good. That's a tough one. I mean, that, as they say, more time in the saddle, to be more patient, wait for a better setup. A young kid told me that when I met him the first time in Davie, maybe 6 years ago. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know anybody. At this get-together was Simone, Kyle, all these phenomenal players. I didn't know any of them. I was brand new to the sport. I just happened to be in that place in Davie and got to play with these people. I had no clue what I was doing. Having said that, Kyle Yates says, Mike, you got a really good game. You just have to be more patient. Wait for a better setup. And he's right. And that's what a lot of people don't have yet, is patience. Wait for a better setup. So great question.
That's great. Well, Coach, another great evening.
Yeah, great guest.
Excited to.
I know you have some stuff planned too, so don't share it yet. It'll be a super show. We may have 2 people on at the same time.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Good.
I may shoot some footage on the Ask Coach Mike Facebook page this weekend. We'll be in Orlando, and then Wednesday and Thursday we'll be playing in Atlanta. So
that's right. Hey, Jeff, did you see any questions that we should have hit, or maybe we still can?
No, I see some comments. I don't see any questions.
Okay.
So I think we got everybody. But Coach, thanks for your time. Always a pleasure to work with you and sit beside you here.
I'm very grateful that you're doing this. Thank you, Jeffrey. Yes, and we got to cross paths soon.
Yes,
we're not that far away. Yes, I know you keep hearing about East Coast, West Coast, and there's just some planning involved because it's a really busy time. Lots of people are out there. Like Eden had said, he's not out there getting points. And all these other people are playing tournaments, scoring points. Just for people that don't know, well, as an example, and don't quote me on the numbers, a guy like Ben Johns probably has 5,000 points. Way down from there. And Eden may only have 200 or 300 because he's not out there playing, getting those points. And for the folks that are not interested in playing pickleball tournaments, that's perfect. Enjoy the sport. Have fun. You don't have to play tournaments. What happens is people get excited and they hear about it when people come back from tournaments saying, oh, it was a blast. We had so much fun. We met these people. We saw people from other states that we haven't seen in a long time. You start making new friendships. You start seeing a lot of the same people at tournaments, and it's fun. And then just go to the local ones. Go for the day and come back. And people get hooked, Jeff. You're one of them.
That's why it's a beautiful sport.
It is. It's a wonderful sport. Jeff, stay blessed. Thank you very much, young man. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, Coach. Keep up the good work. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
tuning
Bye.
in.